Welcome to the friendship recession. It sounds like a bad economic downturn, but instead of losing money, we're losing each other. Historically, humans lived in village style clusters. Spontaneity wasn't a luxury, it was the baseline. We were constantly tripping over our neighbors. But look at today. We've optimized our lives for productivity, and in the process, we've accidentally archived our social lives. It's not that you're boring, it's a structural crisis. 50% of adults today have fewer than two close friends. We aren't failing at being human, we're just living through a massive social collapse. We traded the village square for a digital interface. And turns out, an interface is a terrible place to build a friendship. A third space is simple. It is any place that isn't work and isn't home. It is where you exist just to be, not to buy. Once, parks and libraries were the bedrock of social glue. They allowed for low stakes friction, the kind that turns strangers into friends without an appointment. But then came the commercialized void. Now, if you aren't paying to be there, you're basically a trespasser. Public space has become premium space, and when social life is forced into shopping malls, friendship becomes a luxury item rather than a natural byproduct. Friendship has a secret tax: time. Research suggests it takes 50 hours to upgrade someone from person I tolerate to casual friend. But hitting close friend status? That requires a staggering 200 hours of shared existence. If you're trying to build a deep bond, you need to commit. Watch that progress bar fill up. It is a slow, tedious, yet necessary climb. Now, compare that to your reality. Most adults manage less than 5 hours of non work, non family social time per week. If you do the math, that is nearly a year just to make one close friend. It is not just you being busy. The math of modern life is actively working against our connection. We live in a paradox. We carry thousands of digital friends in our pockets, yet we have never been lonelier. Social media presents a high-definition counterfeit of intimacy. It's an irony, really. We trade genuine human connection for a dopamine hit from a digital like. Data shows that heavy social media use correlates directly with higher feelings of isolation. The problem? Our brains were not designed for digital feeds. We crave physical presence, eye contact, and the messy friction of real life. A screen simply can't trigger the hormones necessary for true social capital. We are overstimulated, but deeply underconnected. By settling for these parasocial crumbs, we starve our need for the kind of intimacy that only physical proximity provides. We have become obsessed with optimization. We track our sleep, our steps, and our work hours with clinical precision. We treat our time like a high-stakes investment portfolio. In this attention economy, we view our hours as currency. If you aren't producing value or recovering for the next task, it feels like you're losing money. Because of this, hanging out for no reason is flagged as inefficient. We treat friendship like a line item in a budget we're trying to cut. But this is the trap. Friendship isn't a task to be optimized. It is the best kind of waste of time. It is the space where life actually happens, outside the spreadsheet of our productivity. We are currently living in isolated boxes. If we wait for a dating app to magically manufacture a soulmate for us, we are going to be waiting a very, very long time. The solution isn't more pixels, it is better blueprints. We need social architecture, environments designed to force us into low-stakes, real-world friction. Co-living experiments are proving that mixing students and seniors doesn't just save on rent, it boosts well-being by 30%. And then there's the analog refuge, hobby clubs that ban phones. It's not rocket science, it's just human beings returning to the basics. Stop waiting for an app to save your social life. Start designing your life for humans, not for algorithms. Friendship is no longer a passive byproduct of your environment. It is a proactive,